A lot of interesting revelations following the Ashley Madison hack. Not only who was on the site and using it, but also a lot of insight into how the site itself actually operated. Now, Gizmodo editor-in-chief Annalee Newitz, she published a long survey on the women of Ashley Madison. Her findings suggested that very few of the female accounts on the site were actually held by real women. So, in short, Jose, a lot of these guys were flirting with fembots, with fake automated messengers, these accounts made by employees of Ashley Madison, just to make it seem like there's actually women out there and that they didn't waste their money. I have a quote from her. This is what she had to say upon revealing what she did. This isn't a debauched wonderland of men cheating on their wives. It isn't even a sadscape of 31 million men competing to attract those 5.5 million women in the database. It's more like a science fictional future where every woman on Earth is dead and some Dilbert-like engineer has replaced them with badly designed robots. So there you go. Nearly every one of the accounts attributed to women were made by employees. And actually, one more point before I throw it to you, Jose. A former employee of Ashley Madison, she actually sued the company because she was being overworked and she had injuries that were sustained from sitting at a computer. She had to make 1,000 fake women profiles in just 3 months. Apparently, she really injured her hand constantly typing, making these fake. It's just outrageous.
It's a mess. Noel Bitterman, the CEO, just stepped down. Was long expected. I don't think any CEO could survive something like this. Yeah. The implications are really, really big. We are not talking of, now we know that it's not as huge as we thought it was, that the actual cheating was a very small percentage of the actual traffic of the site, but they've been suicides connected to the hack. There's been public ridicule of Josh Duggar. Yeah. With, the porn star and then his guarantee affair payment. Maybe that's why he was successful over the other guys.
That's a good point. That's a good point, because then you can say, well, Josh Duggar got laid out of this. Well, how did that happen? Apparently, he had a guaranteed affair. There's a guaranteed affair feature. If you pay a certain amount of money, you're guaranteed an affair in 3 months or your money back.
Even if you're breaking your own rules.
Now that's customer service values at its best, yeah.
But it's crazy to see that this guy put together this fetish about secrecy and that people just bought into, guys, and just went to it. There's another aspect of it, that it's a social aspect that came out of the hack that is really important. In other countries, the website was used by the gay community because of the secret that they offer. In countries where being gay is illegal. And because of the hack, there's been people that actually have to leave countries in the Middle East where being gay is illegal to actually be safe, because now their information is out there and why and the conditions they were using this website under. So it's sad to see that the economical impact of these guys paying $20, $30, $40 a month to get laid versus people that is actually risking their lives because they actually use it because they didn't have that freedom. It's crazy. This hack is more relevant than it seems in at the naked eye, if you will.
Well, it reveals a lot. Like, the whole point for me is it reveals the shady ways that this site was operating. Now, the impact team, the people behind the hack, a lot of people were saying, maybe it's because they don't like the fact that they're promoting cheating, which is a valid point. I could see why that might piss someone off. But actually, their main point was, dude, your site is a bunch of assholes. No, you say that you're going to delete people's data if they pay a certain amount of money, but you don't actually do that, and you end up selling their data to other people. So it was more about not just what they stood for, but the way that they were going about their shady
business.
And
this shows how sneaky they were.
Just another point, yeah.
Now, in the ideal, you will support that. You will support this fringe group going and hacking these guys because they're selling an empty promise. But then the real victims of the action is the customers that now their stories are coming out. And they didn't have any connection. They were also victims to this douchebag company that we're trying. It's sad to see that this company now, the worst that can happen is the CEO is going to step down and he's going to get his payoff. And the victims of the hack, that their information is out, those are the ones that are going to have to deal with it probably for the rest of their life. The few that actually were successful of evading the bots.
Well, we're not all Josh Duggars. Look, out of the millions of accounts, this is hilarious. Over 20 million men accounts, 20 million plus, okay, at least 20 million. Over 10 million of them had initiated chats. Out of the 5.5 million female accounts, roughly 0% had ever shown any kind of activity. So literally half, because there are fake men accounts too, but half of the men's 10 million initiated chats. So we know that at least 10 million male accounts were engaged. talking to robots. That's a lot of people trying to cheat on their wives and ending up just flirting with robots. This is ridiculous. I want to know what you guys have to say about it. I mean, the whole idea behind Ashley Madison, how shady they were, everything we've talked about. We want to know what you guys have to say, so please leave your comments. We'd love to read them. And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe to the Lip TV 2 for more.